Okay, so today we're going to learn how to add a light fixture into Lightkey. So what we're going to first do, I'm just going to open up a new project here. And there's just like that. I'm going to select my DMX output. If you have one, you don't have to connect it. First off, I'm going to start off with the lights I do have. Just add those in. And I'm using the most channels for each light, just so I can get the most out of each light, which is a great thing about Lightkey is that you can use all the channels that each light provides. So you get the best out of each light. Patch 8 of those. Here on the left-hand side are all the companies that make different light fixtures. So if I click on one, so ADJ, it then brings up all the built-in profiles of each light. Every now and then there might not be a company listed in the built-in profiles, and I'm going to show you how to add in your own light fixture profiles. So, as you see, I've dragged and dropped in all the lights that I have and the profiles that have been made for each one already, but I have a few moving heads that don't have their own profile in Lightkey yet. So, I'm going to show you how to add your own fixture. We can go up here to this little setting menu right here. We're going to hit new profile, and then we're going to choose what type of light we'll be adding. Either it's a PAR, moving head, scanner. They have a whole list of them. LED bar, fog machine, generic. Anyway, I'm going to be adding a moving head. I'm going to push continue. Now, this is just add the name of the light or company that you bought this from. So in this case, it's XPC. Fixture name, I'm just going to name this moving head. Moving head. Now that's a moving head, it's going to ask me what the pan/tilt range is, and enter that. Now if you don't add these, then your light just won't work. Add those, select if it's a spot or a wash. In this case I have spot moving heads. I'm going to push continue. And then it's going to ask you if fixture has multiple modes or multiple beams. In this case, I only have a fixture that has multiple modes, not multiple beams. And since it has multiple modes, basically that's just naming it. You're just setting up the light. So before you get started, make sure you select the amount of channels you'll be using for this fixture. In this case, I'm going to be using the 11 channel, so you select that right here. And then everything else is laid out for you. So adding all the proper properties to each light is important, because if you don't add the proper properties into each light, then the light just won't work. It'll just sit there. So I'm going to add pan, and sometimes the pan property is not being used. That's okay. We're still working through it here. Pan. And since this is a gobo, I have to select each one. Now this is important that you add the specific numbered range for each light. Most lights that you buy will come with an owner's manual and will have all the numbers and ranges laid out for you in the owner's manual for the light, and this is how you have to enter each number range for each light so that the light will work. And it's very important. If you skip this process, it won't work at all. This first one is color and the range. There's the range, and then we're going to add one. If you push the plus button, it'll automatically add the next numbered range up through 255. And that's what we want here. Going to go to the gobo wheel next. And again, it's very important that you add a range or a number range for the light to work. Then we're going to add the next one, and you can see it already adds the numbers for us right there. And this next one, I'm going to have to just adjust the number a little bit at the end. So I'll be back when I'm done adding all the ranges. It's always important to add the numbers so that your light works. On this operating mode right here, I'm adding in a range of numbers for different operating modes for this fixture to work. If you just hit the plus, then it automatically adds in the numbers for you, so you don't have to manually add them in. All the way to 255, and make sure you always add these on. This makes it easier when controlling the light. As you can see right here, warning, the property, unnamed property, has only one non-adjustable option. The output value on this channel will never change. Perhaps you want to use an adjustable option. Select the slider icon, and you just push that right there, little slider icon. Now that we're done patching the fixture in, we're going to save it. We're going to grab it, put one right there. We're going to patch 4 consecutive fixtures at 11 channel modes. Push, hit patch. That's all patched. Next. Now I'm going to set this up roughly how I have the lights. Now as you click on each light for building up your stage setup here, the lights will come on the stage as you select them like this, so you know what lights you are moving on your stage. Now I know this is not all symmetrical, but next. Okay, I'm not going to group any fixtures right now, but if you want to, you can just group those fixtures together like that so they work together. But I'm not going to do that. Next. This is an important one. Set the light beam direction. So wherever the gobo might be facing, that's where you need to set the arrow. Rotation. Just gotta calculate the rotation, and I want it to go the other way, so you just click it. No limits. And then how do I have this set up? I have it set up like this right now. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna set all of these. Rotation. Adjust the rotation of the light. This one's hanging. Set this rotation. Right now I'm having the rotations all point inwards towards the stage. This one is right there, rotation. That's good. That's how that one's set. Next. And then that's it. And then we have all our lights. And that right there is how you program a new fixture in.